Hey everybody, Tony Jenkins here, Skidoo Backcountry Expert. Today we're going to talk about, for everybody that's a first-time owner of a mountain sled, we want to go over some of the safety items and what I recommend that you guys pack in your backpacks, to your tunnel bag, to even what you should carry on a snowmobile. This is to mentally prepare you guys for being in the backcountry, being safe, being prepared to even stay the night. But I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to have you guys prepared and know what to expect. So these are some of the essential items that I pack on my personal self. Obviously a good helmet. This is a XPX helmet from Skidoo, breathable, lightweight. Beacon or a transceiver, highly recommended, and you shouldn't be in the backcountry without one. This is a BCA Tracker 2. I use a Tracker 3 or Tracker 2, simple to use. Always make sure you have a fresh set of batteries to replace it. Never go below 75%. And then the airbag. This is an avalanche airbag from BCA. It's a Turbo 15, so it's a smaller pack, but obviously we have a shovel, handle, we have a radio. That way we can communicate with our friends. So even if you have the avalanche equipment, I highly recommend that you get some avalanche training, if that's through a dealership, through a class. Just get familiarized with the equipment. There's tons of tutorial videos, there's lots of education out there, so you guys know how to use the avalanche equipment safely and effectively. All right, let's open up the pack, check out what's inside. On this pocket right here, we have a BCA Link 2.0 radio. Use that to communicate with your friends. We have a shovel, fire starter. We have a probe, a saw, some kind of hydration, and most importantly for me is a Garmin inReach, so you can communicate in case there is an emergency or if you have to stay the night or need help. And then this is some extra stuff that I pack just because I've experienced a lot and been in the backcountry, so I always know what to be prepared with. But you have your 550 cord, some tools, lighting, never know how much light you need in the backcountry. Fire starter of some sort. You have a candle. This is a flint stick. Tape, lighter, flare shooter. These are just some of the items that you want to be prepared for. You never know what's going to happen. The most important thing, if you do have to spend the night, is a way to start a fire. There's a lot of different ways you can start a fire. This one I just bought at a local sporting goods store, and this is just a fire. They're called fire cubes. You light them, and it stays lit enough that you can get a fire going. It's highly recommended that you practice. Practice, practice, practice makes it perfect so that when you do have that scenario, you'll be prepared. Even with your probe, go practice out in the yard, garage, communicating with your Garmin inReach if you have one. The fire starter, I challenge you guys, even if you're out having fun, start a fire at lunch and make sure you can get a good fire going. It's pretty easy. Just practice with your transceivers. Have your kids hide a transceiver out in the yard. You go out there and try searching for it. Being proficient with this can save somebody's life. Even with your airbag, feel free to deploy them. It's not hard to recharge the canisters. But yeah, just being prepared and knowing your equipment and practicing is everything. So now that we've gone over everything that I pack on my personal self, let's go over what I pack on the machine. So as you can see, not only do I pack a shovel on my backpack, but I also pack a shovel on the pack itself. The reason that is because you might be in a situation where the snowmobile's in an avalanche or it's gone down the hill and you might need a shovel to help your friend or find somebody. So it's always good to have a spare shovel. So let's go open the bag up, go over the insides. The nice part about this bag is the full T-zipper. This comes from the industry of kayaking, which is a full waterproof zipper. Spare gloves. Spare gloves are super important because you never know that time where you get your hands wet. Cold hands are useless. We'll go over everything once I pull it out, but I've got a splint, tools, a food source, spare hat, more gloves, rope, spare goggles, and that's it. So now that I have all this stuff out of the bag, let's go over it one by one. Hat to stay warm, gloves, you never know when you need extra gloves, spare goggles. I highly encourage you to have spare goggles. Once I'll go over a goggle bag actually I carry on the machine itself. Inside of this bag, what I have is a little small, basically it's a small safety kit, first aid kit. You have a whistle, fire starter, space blanket, a small first aid kit. And then we go over some straps, ropes. These are basically used in the rafting industry. You never know, you can wrap it around a ski loop, a bumper. You can get into an area where you can get some leverage if you have to have somebody help pull you out or whatever it might be. Some more rope. A splint. This is for broken bones if you have a broken arm, leg. And then a toolkit. This is the all-new toolkit from Ski-Doo. This is a super awesome kit that they have here, but basically gives you all the essentials to work on a machine. If it's your machine, your buddy's machine, you want to be prepared with the correct tools. Obviously, you have the right tools for the job to tear into a machine if you have to. Food source. I like to use something light and simple. A lot of times a person can pack like jerky, dried fish. These are protein bites. Basically, they're a snack from Kelly Jeans. And then more rope. This is rope. This is about 70 feet of rope. You never know. You could build a shelter with it, tow a snowmobile out. You never know what you could use rope for. It's just good to have on hand. And that's it. So now that you've seen what I carry on myself and the machine as safety items, or even to be able to stay in the backcountry, some other important things on the machine itself is to always have a spare belt and have the proper tools to change a belt. So right here, you have an area where the belt can sit is for your spare belt. You have a tool to be able to change the belt. And then also I like to carry a goggle bag. This bag provides a safe environment for your goggles. This is a lot of dry heat with the clutch, the engine, and you just put the goggles in the bag, set it on top. Now that you guys have seen what I pack in the backcountry to safety gear, avalanche equipment, I hope that these items have helped you guys or gals. Obviously you can see what I pack on the machine, to myself, to a spare belt. As a viewer, I challenge you guys, if there's something that I've missed, let me know, because I'd love to hear it.